I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the Pocket Big Band, which I started in 2001 and kept going with the help of the participating musicians until 2015 when I moved out here to San Diego from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Happily, that wasn't the end of the band, for they continue performing today. For several years, I had been talking about starting a 9-piece band with 2 trumpets, trombone, alto, tenor, and baritone saxes, piano, bass, and drums, when drummer Paul Marcantonio offered his basement as a practice studio. I should add that this basement also served as his wife Valerie's dance studio, and thanks go to her as well. This got me to start pulling together a repertoire. I wrote some charts and bought others, and we started rehearsing the Pocket Big Band sometime in November of 2001. Additionally, in the course of working on the book Dameronia, The Life and Music of Tadd Dameron, I had collected many of his arrangements and wanted to have a band that could play as many of these as possible, if only in smaller group orchestrations. The first number in the band's book is a previously unknown piece that Dameron wrote for Mary Lou Williams in 1942. We were the first to play it since, for various reasons, it had remained unplayed in Williams' collection of papers from the time Dameron gave it to her almost 60 years earlier. While we were not able to record this commercially, we did make a tape of it that I shared at a colloquium organized by the late Annie Keebler at the Institute of Jazz Studies, where she had curated Mary Lou's papers. The first year or so required a great deal of faith and perseverance, and it is worth noting that by the time of recording our Seabreeze Jazz CD, live at Chit Chat, 7 of the original 9 members were still with the band. We had managed to play for the public only 3 times in 2002, our first full year, and were getting a bit discouraged. Enter Gary Skeena and the Chit Chat Lounge. Gary and I had a friendship that went back over 30 years. In the early 1970s, I played at the Chit Chat with a variety of bands, and we kept in touch over the years. Gary, a musician himself, understood what we were trying to create. His venue typically hosted singer-songwriters during the week and rock bands on the weekends. On Sundays, it was open, but without music, and was available for us to set up shop on a weekly basis. This also led to the creation of Jazz at Chit Chat, which I will talk about in another video. The Chit Chat Lounge was also wired for location recording, and Gary had developed into an effective recording engineer. This made it possible for the band to record our CD live in front of an audience. Early in 2004, in 3 sessions, we tracked the Live at Chit Chat CD, which came out later that year on the Seabreeze Jazz label. In the following years, we added a singer to the band. First, Tira Penn, then Lydia Fortune, and finally, Mimi Rolfe. I was interested in adding the voice to the ensemble, and having a singer also made booking the band easier. Over the next several years, we played at other venues and in summer outdoor concerts from southern Maine and Portsmouth, New Hampshire to the north, south to Cambridge, and west to Worcester, Acton, Framingham, and Leominster, Massachusetts. The list of venues included the Press Room, Riles, and the Acton Jazz Cafe. The band even played a couple of weddings and performed live on radio station WGBH-FM as well. It was a good run for a jazz band this size, but over time the opportunities seemed to dry up. However, the band continued to play regularly at the Chit Chat Lounge. Now that the new owners of the Chit Chat have discontinued the Sunday night jazz, the band can be heard across the street at the Tap Brewing Company, 100 Washington Street in Haverhill, Massachusetts. If you're in the area, go hear them and tell them Paul Combs sent you. Live at Chit Chat is no longer in print. However, you can order it by contacting me either through my website, www.paulcombs.com, my Facebook page, facebook.com/BowMuseMusic, or via Twitter @BowMuseMusic. All the arrangements on Live at Chit Chat are available from ejazzlines.com.